Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to what would normally be an over talk. Today we're doing a side talk where, get it, funny. So, tonight's subject is just about October, the big old spooky month. And start us off, what games are we looking forward to this fall season? Are there any titles that we're really rumbling up for, really excited for? Anyone?
I have my hand raised
Yeah, go for it.
already.
Yeah, go for it.
Call of Duty, 100%.
Oh yeah, that's
A
coming out. Yeah,
100%.
I don't
You
play them,
said
but my friend
duty.
said I should try it out.
Why Call of Duty though?
I played the beta and I was like, this is what I wanted. This is exactly what I
Is it
wanted.
fun? Is it actually
Yes.
fun now? Is it, or
Yes.
is it just slide SMG? Everyone's dead.
The I mean, SMGs weren't allowed the first couple days. They weren't really allowed. There was like one SMG you can use, and the other ones you had to unlock at later levels. But
Ah, yes, Call of
it
Duty
was
Cold
mostly
War.
like
Excuse me while I reload. It takes 5 minutes.
yeah, it was mostly like everyone using what is the gun called? I forgot the actual gun, but it was an assault rifle. Most people were using that.
I hear that
Or
shotguns are trash in that game.
oh, they're not like the other Call of Duties.
I hear that shotguns are like just horrendously in spread. You shoot it and it just doesn't hit the target. All the
Yeah,
pellets go around the target.
they're they're useless. I feel like. And for some reason, I couldn't put attachments on mine, so I was like, okay, yeah, this is actually trash.
Now, am I correct to say they have a crossbow in that game?
I don't remember.
Because I thought the big meme was, oh, they put a crossbow in tactical shooting.
Oh god.
Stick it with 5 augments and 3 scope.
I don't remember if there was an actual
Yeah,
crossbow.
you gotta have a red dot on that thing. Red
Oh
dot.
yeah, red dot because of
Big ol' red dot scope on your bow and
yeah,
arrow, and make sure he's not gonna run away.
the trademark Call of Duty attachment for every gun.
3 red dots, all in a line. They'll amplify each other, I swear.
Or the
Mind the fact that you can't see out of any of it now, just besides red.
my favorite, the akimbo freaking scopes. Two scopes on two guns you're holding. That's great.
I think my favorite was, here, have a Tommy gun. Now stick a red dot on it.
This menacing shit.
Oh yes, so much accuracy. Be totally going in for those quick snipes, quick kills. No shot, headshot.
What other games are there? There's Overwatch 2, of course.
Oh, WoW Classic for Wrath of the Lich King's coming out. And then I
WoW.
think the
Wow.
Dragonflight thing.
Oh.
Really? WoW Classic?
Yeah, the Wrath, they released a Wrath for Classic. So Wrath has come out, and then there's oh god, the Dragonflight, the new expansion for WoW. That's interesting because you literally now get to create a race of
You know, that, not to interrupt, that reminds me of me having Elder Scrolls Online for 2 years now. Bought it for $5 and I still haven't played it.
Yep.
I still haven't downloaded it either.
Saddening.
It's just existing in my library. I'm like, I'll get to it eventually, and I never get to it because I'm addicted to Fallout 76.
Now, there is something I'm really excited for.
Okay.
A friend of mine, I know this is very cliche, but a friend of mine has given me a copy of a custom, he had it published. It's a Monster Hunter manual for D&D. And it has beasts and stuff like that for whatever.
I love
Well,
Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter's fire.
Oh
well,
yeah, the only Monster Hunter game I've ever played is on the 3DS.
Yeah, well, the guy basically he converted everything into Monster Hunter crafting and Dragon PCs, and there's like a pirate arc, arc in
I'm
it's a
sure-
3-book series.
I'm sure that would be
And
fun.
Oh, that's
yeah.
cool.
and he's given me the digital download. So I'm just kind of can't wait to kind of go through it and throw it in my games to mess with my players.
My only experience in Monster Hunter is Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate on the 3DS. Every time I try to play it, my hand cramps up something fierce.
You never played Monster Hunter World?
Nope.
World is the
Oh,
best one.
it's so
according to most
good.
people.
It's
I personally
so
like Rise the
good.
best.
Well,
but
I tried it
World's
out.
Rise,
amazing.
Rise is good too. Rise is very good.
Here's my options. I could pay $60 for Steam, or I could download the free version on my hacked 3DS.
If you're going to get into Monster Hunter, I would get Rise. I feel like
I've
Rise
considered just
is-
purchasing the $8 PS2 game.
Oh god.
Go back to where it all started.
Square one.
I think some games that I'm looking forward to is a game called Neon White.
Let me do some research.
It's already come out, but it seems pretty cool.
It has a 10 out of 10 on Steam.
Yeah.
Good lord.
It's a single-player speedrunning FPS parkour game.
Oh, Mirror's Edge?
Mirror's Edge with good parkour and good gunplay.
Okay.
I'm also looking forward to Persona 5. Finally. Oh my god, finally. Fucking finally. It's out on Steam. I don't have to deal with shitty emulators. I don't have to drop $100 on a fucking PS4 or 5. I can just play the one game on the one system that I want.
PC. Good old the PNC.
And it's coming out in like middle of October, and I'm excited for it. Technically, it's an older game, but like still a big one to me, considering it was only on PS4 for the longest time. And I really, really wanted to play it, and I wanted to play it so bad that I've honestly thought about just dropping $100 on a PS4 just to play it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Neon White right now. I like this.
Another one that I'm really excited for is Cult of the Lamb. I know it's been making its runs on YouTube right now, but it seems pretty cute. Nice little puzzle game. Where is it?
Okay.
And then, oh yes. So, do you guys remember a Newgrounds animation called Tome?
When did it come out?
Fuck. It's look this up. (2011) is when it started, and it finished about what 4 years ago, so 2018.
Spell it?
Tome. Tome. It was a animation series on Newground. It was Tome, Terrain of Magical Expertise. Anyways, it was a very good series that was on Newgrounds and on YouTube for a time. Chris Neoff, wonderful person. And anyways, I've been following the animation series for a long time, and I'm really looking forward to purchasing the game. It's been out since last year. It's just that the game has finally like got all of its updates out. It's no longer in early access. Yeah, it's called Terrain of Magical Expertise. It's an RPG, but it like hails from like the old era of like the SNES, where things were like put into a 2.5D corner perspective. You're walking around with pre-rendered graphics and such.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely gotta look into that. I already looked up the art style.
The animations are amazing. Good voice acting, good stuff.
Yeah, I've never seen this before.
Hold up. I'm also really looking forward to One Piece Odyssey. It's supposed
Ah.
to recreate the adventure from start to now, which, considering that, now, I mean, multiple games have done that for One Piece, but the series creator finally stated, yeah, I'll be done in 2026.
So 4 years from now.
Yep, One Piece will be done. Which is scary to think about.
Do you know how long they've been going?
Yeah, I've been going since the 90s, I know.
Like, I refuse to watch that show. I don't know why. I can't bring myself to do it.
Honestly, in my opinion, I'd recommend starting. Honestly, I would recommend starting at the beginning, but if you can't stand the beginning, skip to the Skypiea arc and go from there.
Like,
That'll chop about 100 episodes off. Yeah. You should have 900 more to go.
like, how can you tell somebody that, and then they're just like, "Oh, okay, I'll watch it." Like, no,
Like,
absolutely not.
but to be honest though, like it's not that big of a commitment when you realize that each episode is only 20 minutes long, and if you skip the intro and outro, it's only like
Yes,
12ish
but
minutes.
you're still sitting there for hours on end. Like,
What's any different than binge watching a 12 episode season for like 5 to 6 hours?
a 12 episode season. But this is not a 12 episode season. This is 1,000 episodes plus.
You binge it for 5 to 6 hours and you burn through, like, in One Piece terms, that would be about
200 episodes.
you get like through like 30 episodes if you binge it for 5 to 6 hours.
Imagine measuring time in units of One Piece instead of like actual time. Like, I'll see you in 2.5 One Piece episodes. I get on 5 One Piece episodes from now.
If you sat down and only watched it for like 4 hours, and you did it for like 3 times a week, so that's about 12 hours a week that you sat down and watched One Piece, you could finish it in about 6 months.
That's a whole part-time job, man.
Yeah, no one's paying me for that.
No one's paying you, but
Also,
you are having a fun time.
I'm not.
I heard that the story also just started. Like, I heard they're just
Yes!
getting to the point where they're like looking for the person who they were looking for in the first place now.
No.
When is
So-
the plot gonna be done? Another 600 episodes?
The way that it's going is that, so there was the Grand Blue, where they had to cross that to get to what was so you have the White Blue, the Grand Blue, and the Red Line. The White Blue was introducing all the characters. Okay, you get all the characters introduced. The Grand Blue, or the Grand Line. The Grand Line is where the meat of the story happens. That's where like all the adventures happen and all that, where he meets and all the character develops. The Red Line is where like the top tier pirates are. The Red Line is where you kind of like started getting to like modern stuff, less pirate adventure, more single scenarios. What I mean like single scenarios is like 30 episodes contains one kind of theme. Another 30 episodes is totally different. You go from motorcycle gang to fucking ancient Japan to it just covers a lot of stuff. A lot of different themes. And now we've gotten to the point where the One Piece, the actual treasure, is in reach.
Insane.
They had to essentially cross 4 oceans to get there. So
Who made this pacing like this? Who decided this?
the author.
Goodness.
To be fair though, like the volumes are pretty fucking big for the manga. Get a new volume every 2 days. So Red, want to watch it with me? want to sit down and watch one?
You are wild. You are wild. Watching Kimba was one thing. This is a whole different thing.
I mean, you and me could like sit down for 3 days and just watch it.
3 days?
Sure.
That's 3 days of my life I'm never getting back.
Yeah, for real.
No matter how much I search.
I
It's
mean,
gotta be binge-worthy,
time,
you know?
Really, is that really worse than sinking your time into Kimba? Really?
Yes, I would rather sink my time into Kimba again.
You would rather sink your time
I'll do it again.
into Kimba, the racist
Again.
motherfucking white lion.
I'll do it again. I'll do it again.
I'd buy that for $1.
No, if I want to binge watch an entire show, it's gotta be binge-worthy.
Mira, what do you think? What is your opinion of One Piece here? Oh, they're muted. I'm sure they'll be back.
She won't.
I look at it, and I look at it, you know, just I'm looking at it.
Yes.
And I look at the episodes.
Looking at that amount of episodes.
So
At least-
this is what I do. I pop open a wiki. What's going on with One Piece right now? What's this arc about? Okay. And I read faster than.
Honestly,
Yeah,
I think you'd enjoy the manga better though. It really like condenses the plot.
Yeah.
I think there's only like 500 manga chapters
Only.
compared to Bleach. Bleach had like 400.
Only. Okay.
It's only 500 manga chapters. And if you stick if you stick the books into like the volumes, I think there's only like 120 volumes. You can do it. I believe in you.
Goes back to wiki page and reads.
Observing it with my eyes, with the things in my face I used to see, and I'm not sure I like
Yeah.
what I see.
Any other games you're really excited for?
Does Overwatch 2 count?
I mean, I think everyone's excited for Overwatch 2. Also confirmed, the premium battle pass is 1,000 coins a piece and only costs $10. Meaning, I talked
The battle pass not that
I
good
think,
though.
Honestly, though, I think I talked to you a bit about this whole scrap along with Mira.
Yeah.
But you could save up 1,000 coins each season and just purchase it the next.
You could, which is good. I like that it's accessible. But I heard that, like, in terms of grindiness, it's very, very grindy, which maybe is going to fit into the comp system, where the comp system's going to reward a little bit more, like...
Well, if it's based...
You play this game a lot versus...
If it's based off
have, like,
anything
one or two
that
really
I
good
know
games,
of,
or...
it's probably going to be based on its own experience system, and then you gain, like, extra stuff for whatever you do.
I just really hope it doesn't flop. I am counting on... I've, like, been the one person that continued to play Overwatch when all my old friends who I met playing Overwatch, like, stopped playing. So I'm really counting on Overwatch 2 to bring them back so I can, you know, continue to play games with them.
I mean, I'll play Overwatch too. I'll do it.
But I'm sure we can save the stuff for that for later on. However, is anyone doing any spooky things for the holiday?
Not really.
Red, are you doing anything
I might make
spooky?
a cosplay of Manoa from Monster Hunter. That doesn't count as spooky.
You know, I don't know. I was thinking about playing Outlast for the first time.
Okay.
Might do that. I might do that.
You should do a Resident Evil playthrough, like a binge through all the games.
That sounds fun.
Like you just
I
back
would
to
do
back
that.
to back to back it.
I've never played a Resident Evil game before. So
Resident Evil
Evil
1's
is pretty fun.
Resident Evil 1's kind of funny. It's not. It's not even scary.
Funny.
It's just funny. Well, it's horribly dated, and everyone walks like they're on fucking molasses and only have tank controls that function on a very, very slow left to right turn. So it's like, oh no, I am scared. I'm going to run away. Give me a moment.
Give me a
Turns. Oh no, run! The fucking zombies, like the lickers, they have super long tongues, but you can't tell
They
what part.
called liquor.
Yeah, they're little humanoids that scurry on the ground like Wendigos. The issue is they kill you with their tongue, but in the old PS1, you can't really tell what part is the tongue and what is the head. So sometimes it just looks like a long tendril coming out of the neck. But it's kind of funny because like, ooh, there's a licker there. Ooh, there's a licker there. And they just crawl very slowly. Or it's like, oh no, he's getting attacked by dogs. Close the doors. He died to dogs. Just got tore up to shreds. The dogs look like little black boxes running everywhere.
This is PS1?
Resident Evil 1 is PS1. Resident Evil 2 is PS1. Resident Evil 3 is PS1. Resident Evil 4 is GameCube and PS2, or Dreamcast. And then Resident Evil Code Veronica is PS2 and Dreamcast. I'd recommend just playing them on an emulator.
I lost all my emulators.
Get some new ones.
I have to go through all that pain again.
PS1 and PS2 emulators are not that hard.
Yeah, those aren't that hard.
Neither is Dreamcast. Like a good half the series is on really easy accessible consoles. It's just once you get to, Resident Evil 5 and 6, you got to play it on a 360. Although 5 commits the cardinal sin of really bad voice acting, worse than cheesy B-movie voice acting. I am going to kill you. Or where the main character sounds like this, a monotone. I'm going to kill him, Sherry. You will not have to worry.
What the fuck?
And then he grunts every other sentence.
Oh.
6 was decent. 7, is for PS4 and such, or the PC. And then you get caught up with 8, with Lady Demetrius and such.
Ah, yes.
Where the internet went wild because tits and boobs.
I went wild also. I'm not gonna lie.
I too.
People.
Nah.
I was people.
Well, I looked at him like, well, she's scary, but I don't understand all the hype. I'm like, oh, well, now I see.
I was fiending over her until I saw her true form, and I was like, what happened?
Look,
What-
it's the whole concept of tall dommy mommy. There you go. Next slide.
Apparently 90% of the people on the internet want to be stepped on, I guess.
It was.
Yes.
Well, Mira confirms it.
Yeah, what question? How do I open a new home screen real quickly? I'm trying to do that right now.
On
What's
what?
the options for it? On the computer.
What?
It's like it's not when you alt tab. It's when you open a new. Oh, there it is. I got it. I could not remember the keys for a second.
Nice.
Nice.
I remember there was a weird time where Lady D and the Samsung lady was like competing over attention. It was so weird. Like everyone was fighting over both of them at the same
You
time.
mean where Samsung's mascot that turned into a... Yeah, that, whatever that caused.
Because that happened at the same time the Resident Evil, what was it, 13?
You want to know what was worse? Samsung put her in her bikini, so they know.
Yeah, they already know. They know what they were doing.
In terms of like Resident Evil, though, I've played a few Resident Evil games. One's hilarious. 2 everyone praises. Honestly, the remake and 2, the remake redoes some gameplay stuff and makes it more accessible and less jank, but it's also the same game, so if you can deal with PS1 graphics, you'll be fine.
I mean, yeah. I had a PS1 at one point.
Now, I guess spooky things that I'm doing. Besides the spooky stuff that I'm doing for this server, being a shameless plug, the tournament and the other stuff later down the line, and maybe some anime streaming events
Nice,
for
nice.
spooky anime. I think the only spooky thing that I'm doing is going to a very adult Halloween party.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. The spooky part is waking up the next day and seeing where you landed or where you went.
like a weird battle royale. It's just like, oh, okay.
Everybody take this jello shot and we'll see where we land and wake up the next day. Beyond that, making horrible mixed drinks and trying them out while doing horrible challenges.
Oh, you're about to have fun.
Have you ever heard of the motor Roco cooler?
No.
It is, oh god, it's awful. It is 6 ounces of cherry curacao, 6 ounces of pomegranate curacao, and then you add 5 tablespoons of chocolate syrup mixed together with a cherry Kool-Aid packet sprinkled on top as garnish, and a lemon wedge.
What is this?
It is a thick, viscous drink that looks like a cherry cordial and tastes, as soon as you take a sip of it in a gulp, all of the saliva congeals into jelly inside your mouth and throat
Oh.
due to all that sweetness.
Okay.
That's how terrible it is.
Okay. I'll take your word for it, man. Sounds like you have some strong feelings about that.
What is? What
and
is this?
that mixed drink is from Archer, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yep. Terrible drink, but the idea here is the challenge is you sit one night, make the drink, and you go in Overwatch.
Oh, no.
And you roll the dice, and you assign each character a number. Roll the dice. See what character you get. And every time you die in that match, you gotta take a sip.
Oh, no.
Intriguing. I like drinking games, but not that kind of drinking game.
I think the last drinking game I did was about a year ago, and it went terrible. We were doing TF2 instead, and every time we died in TF2, we had to take a shot of Fireball. But
How are you still alive?
But the way that we did it is that if you dominated somebody and you got killed by a person who was dominating you, you had to take 2 shots instead. So it started getting to the point where I ended up with about 26 shots of Fireball. And I could only get it through about 15 before I felt as if I would like think, I'm going to move to the right. And then 3 seconds later, my thumb would move to the right to push the mouse in a certain direction. I'm like, I want to go forward. 4-second delay. Now I'm walking. It was some heavy cognitive dissonance.
God, my friends really want me to play Drunken Smite, but I was like, I can't do that. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not a drinker whatsoever.
Fair enough.
Every time you die, you have to take a shot, and the way we play, we
Did you
die
die?
a lot.
Did you die from the shot?
Me, no, I played with them, but my rules was different. Like, I would have to do like what, push-ups or something like that. But I barely die in that game anyways, so I didn't have to do shit.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
The more I killed them, the better it was for me.
Mira, what spooky things are you doing?
I'm working at a haunted house for this
Oh,
month.
okay.
It's not. I mean, it ranges from being one of the people that pops out of the grave to being one of the tour guides. And, either one's fine. I don't mind either one. Um,
What setting is it in? Like, what's
uh,
the mini
it
theme of it?
okay, so it's actually on a
Full of
boat.
horror Muppets.
Wait, on
Um,
like a real boat?
yes, and the boat was in World War II, and
Mm.
it was a hospital, so
Mm.
it is actually haunted.
Hmm.
Oh.
So it is,
Oh.
I'm sure.
yes,
Oh.
I'm sure the spirits really appreciate that.
They're just looking at them with
yeah,
the
yeah. Literally, I walked into the morgue, and I just kind of was like, I don't want to be in here. I'm sorry, and that's why I just agreed to be in the tour guide and staying outside of the boat.
Yeah, let's all go into a haunted ship. Yep, that's
It's
a
an
good idea.
actual haunted ship. Yo, that's crazy.
Yep, and it's actually on the water, so it creaks and sways. So what they do is after the haunted path and then the tour through the boat, they actually do um what is it? Ghost hunting type thing, like a paranormal activity type thing. So they'll take whoever pays for it through and they do the whole, oh, there's a ghost here, blah blah blah. Is it full of baloney? Probably. Is it my business? No. I keep a respectful distance away.
Next thing you know, a person brings a Geiger counter and it starts going off.
A what?
It does. They have been. Like the
Wait.
entire time we're there, they all of the things go off. Like
So,
everything is just
so
going off.
here's why I would be like, yeah, I don't want to be in this. Where it's like, ah, yes, a Geiger counter that counts radiation and it's beeping off to very unsafe levels. We should totally send people in here.
What the fuck?
It's like, come this way, everyone. Please enter Chernobyl. We'll stick you in here for an hour and hope you don't come out with cancer.
Look, some of these people, not gonna lie, some of the people I don't like them. That do the thing. They're just really annoying.
You just, you just put them inside and you're like, huh, that feels pretty hot in here. And then you swing the door shut and you lock it and like, let us out.
Yeah, I literally have to give the Navy, we have to give the tour guides have to like give a safety guidelines. So anytime there's a big group of people, I have to do the thing.
Safety
Let them hear it.
guidelines. You could encounter asbestos, lead poisoning, and you may also need your tetanus shot. Also, there's severe radiation poisoning that you may be receiving upon this tour. Please sign a waiver so I don't have to go to the hospital or pay for your
Also, in the event
damages.
that the boat starts to sink, life jackets are located in this area.
Oh my.
In the event that this metal coffin and sarcophagus doesn't kill you with radiation or give you life-threatening, very bad things, and in the event that, it just somehow loses all buoyancy and sinks to the bottom of the ocean like most ghost ships do, please locate your safety jackets in here on a haunted ship where everything is rusted and probably very badly damaged.
Yep. Dude, so I took a picture at
This
one
is
point.
this is such a good idea, you know? Such a great idea.
I took a picture. And it took 2 pictures. And the first picture, there was like a little light. I was like, huh, that's a weird place for that light. And it was taken back towards the woods, like up on the shore and stuff like that. So there was no lights that way. The river was not there. There was nothing there that should have been having that light, and it did a double shot. And in the next photo, there's nothing there.
See, look, nah, I'm good. You can, yeah, you can keep that shit.
And next
I
thing
walked
you know,
into the morgue.
next thing you know, Siren Head comes out of the fucking forest.
Oh my god.
Look, I walked into the morgue and they have the fake bodies hanging up. And normally when you're on a boat, if the boat is swaying, more than one thing is going to move. We were given the tour guide to show you the tour guides are shown where to go, blah blah blah. And I walked into the morgue and I did not want to be in there. I did not. I wanted to run. Like I did not like it. And I look over in the corner and I'm trying to hurry and get out, and I notice all the bodies aren't moving, like the fake bodies, but there's one in the corner, starts swaying, and then stops.
Why would? Yeah, no.
No, maybe you should just fire up the generator for shits and giggles.
No thanks.
No, we go through. There's like little things that we can do. Stomp on the ground, and there's a grate on the floor that sends off a current through a wall and activates an entire room. So when we go into that room, we stomp on that grate. And as we say this, okay, watch your step, and then stomp, and it makes a big slam, and the room just comes alive. Things leap at the people. And that's just the funniest thing on the planet.
Now, what would be even worse though is you get the little group on there, you get some radiation in them, and then you realize, oh wait, this rusty old ass World War II warship, it's sinking in the harbor.
Hospital, not warship.
Same, a hospital ship is now sinking in the harbor.
Yes.
Still a large ass ship though.
It's an evil world we live in.
Now, have any of you played any spooky games or looking forward to any spooky games?
Let me see.
You know, Red, I think you should play the Silent Hill series.
No, I'm good.
Pyramid Head, Newbie Dragon.
You know, you should play Silent Hill and see all the wonderful nurses that are waiting for you.
No, I'm good. I watched the movie. Never. No, not doing it.
Especially Pyramid Head, he wants you.
No, I'm good.
Why do women fall for the Pyramid Head? Why do they want to be murdered?
I don't fall for the Pyramid Head.
Why do women want Pyramid Head to fuck them? I don't understand.
Yo!
What?
I never, I didn't know that.
Okay, so, you know, like the, big old pus, so, like, in,
Huh?
Dead by Daylight, okay?
Yeah.
What's the one guy that's, like, made of, like, flesh and shit?
I forgot their names. Their names are like the shape and.
Well,
and...
I have a friend who just simps for all of them. Just simps for a bunch of murderers.
I know people that simp for murderers as well, but they're like 14-year-old girls who are like,
No,
oh, it's so sexy that he kill people.
This one's a 30-year-old adult.
Oof.
See, I was playing Dead by Daylight, and we don't go into like the match system. We do a custom match, and we swap the people around. Like this person gets to beat the murderer this time, everybody else, especially when you're not used to it and you're learning it. It's a good environment because some, as you know, public matches can be really toxic. So at one point, the other girl in the group, she decides to be the dude with mask, scream guy, ghost face, and I'm crouched behind a car, just vibing, looking around, and all of a sudden I look to the side and I see this motherfucker come sneaking up, and I'm like, what is that? Oh my god, no, get away!
Phasmophobia is a good game.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't play too much Phasmophobia.
It's a good game. They actually came out with some more content for it. And probably they'll come out with a Halloween thing as well.
Nice, nice. Now,
Let's see.
Overwatch stuff. Now, we did talk a bit about the Battle Pass. What does everyone feel about the scary new skins, the customizable Genji and Ball skins?
Oh, I didn't see any of that.
I like that they've got some different variations with skins, because I think one of the things that people have been wanting for a while is they want to customize a skin and they want something from a different skin or a way to change colors. I think it's kind of nice that they're trying to involve that, give you more options.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just remember a lot of people was just like, "Oh, I wish you could change the color of the skin," or you've heard that quite often. Like, "I like the skin, but I just don't like these colors," or blah 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 blah. Like, it's opening a door
I
for
just hope it
more
doesn't.
customization options.
I just hope it doesn't turn into, we have 30 new skins, and it's 3 new skins with a bunch of different customization options.
Mhm.
And each customization
Hey,
option
I
is a
didn't
different
know all of the old Overwatch skins are going to transfer to Overwatch 2. I didn't know that.
skin. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Anything from
So this
Yep.
Overwatch,
game's just a Overwatch 2 is just an update.
literally, it's
Yep.
just an update. It is.
It's just an update.
They're
Yep.
using the
Huh.
engine they're using. Here's the funny thing, the engine isn't a different engine. It's just the same engine. They just beefed up the RAM and the stats a bit on it. They didn't use a different engine. It's just the same engine is beefed up. It's like taking like an old engine and just giving it like some new scripts.
Mhm.
Oh.
I'm kind of hoping, because everybody's heard about the PvE concept. I'm hoping that the reason why they haven't said anything is that they're keeping it a surprise. Don't get me wrong, I don't know if that's going to be a possibility
I
or
heard
not.
they might not come out with it till next year.
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
Come
That
out
hurt
with
my
what?
soul too.
Come out with
Again,
what?
it's just hearsay, but
the
the
PvE.
PvE campaigns.
Oh,
Hmm.
God. Okay, that's depressing.
But I mean, like, the whole selling point of this game was, oh, we're gonna have a PvE campaign. Like, that was the whole reason. They were making a whole separate thing, or was supposed to be, that this was supposed to be
I know.
like an offline. It's like, why?
No.
So they're literally
That's why
doing.
it hurt me when it was
I
like
hope. I hope this doesn't turn out like Halo Infinite, where the multiplayer release and the campaign release, and then they do a battle pass and
Mhm.
everything goes to shit.
Yeah. What I hope to do, and this would be kind of a smart thing for them to do, because they've hinted at it, people are expecting it. Drop fucking trailers. I know that sounds like really stupid, but if you're giving if it does take they do it next year, my hope is that they start hinting at things, dropping trailers, things like that, to show that this is coming. It's going to be there. We're working on it. Like, keep communication, because if they don't, they're going to lose a lot of their fan base, because they're taking too long to do something they promised to do.
I think what a lot of people are also scared of is that they see like new game modes, like, oh, Junkenstein's Revenge is getting an update, or oh, the winter games are going to get a new mode or whatever. But it's like, people have been asking for this for so long that only now we're delivering on it, and so it's making people question, so is this
Mhm.
going to become the new Junkenstein's Revenge? Is this going to become the same game mode we get year after year after year?
I don't know. And my question is, do any of the codes that we have saved transfer over?
No, no
I don't
custom,
think so.
no custom game codes transfer. That was confirmed with one of the betas and confirmed by past questioning. None of the creative codes, none of them transfer over.
That's sad.
Well, it's sad.
I
One,
mean,
but
I
two,
understand because it's on the O system.
well, it's sad, but what I don't understand is that like even Overwatch, in its later years, had officially endorsed game mode codes like land is on fire or whatever, or parkour or whatever, just officially preset codes that you could set up because they knew how popular they were and made some presets for them. But what I'm upset about is that like, so all the codes don't transfer, but when like the beta hit and all that, and even they could like see like creative, the creative interface isn't there either. And so it's hopefully it's there when the game
They gotta
launches.
have it though for.
Hopefully, the issue that I
Because
think
like the custom games,
I just hope
kill lobbies, they're keeping the player base alive.
I just hope it stays around. But also, because they're not there anymore, this means we're back to square one with Overwatch and custom content, where it's going to take 2 to 3 years for people to restart developing shit. Because like the way it worked before is someone would develop it, get the code, someone would get the source code of the game, and then the original creator would fall off and wouldn't want to do it anymore, and the next person would take it over and modify it a bit, perfect it, and then rinse repeat. And now we're back to square one. Kinda shitty, not gonna lie. What do you think about it, Red?
My bad. I was reading about something else. What's going on?
Custom games
I'm
not being
sorry.
in Overwatch 2 anymore. From 1 to 2.
Really? Wait, what the fuck?
Any custom games from
What?
1 don't transfer to 2.
Why? What? Why would? Why?
I mean, there's a chance that they'll still be a thing, but at the same time, you probably have to resave all the codes or log them.
The claim is an outdated engine, so you'll have to remake
Oh.
all the games.
Oh, that sucks. You guys still have the option to actually make them, right? Like, okay, so basically, okay, I see what's going on. Damn.
Now, anyone got any spooky stories from the past they want to share? Past Halloweens?
I don't have a very spooky existence. I don't really mess that kind of stuff.
I'm putting little bats on my house. As for spooky, there was the haunted house experience I had. You have one more minute until it's not.
What about Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. No, you continue. I was talking to somebody.
I was gonna say, Red, have you had any?
Yeah, here's a spooky experience. I have a new dog, right? Its leash is gone, so I don't know. I don't know where it is.
Might have eaten it.
That's what I said, but my my mom and my stepdad was like, yeah, that's impossible. I was like, I mean, she was hiccuping like all day, so she might have actually ate it. Yeah.
Do you suspect your dog of eating the leash?
Yeah. Which is highly scary for me. But as far as other spooky shit, like, I don't know. I douse my house in holy water. So.
Think something possessed your dog?
Probably. Have to douse her in holy water too.
Fair enough, fair enough. I haven't had too many spooky things happen for me. I think the spookiest thing that happened for me was um last October. Um for me specifically, I had a time where last October where I was just, sitting out on the porch, not really doing anything, and I go up to go get a beer and I go inside and I see this bright light turn into my driveway, and I think it's some fucker coming in from the road, and I get outside and nothing's there.
Oh.
Nothing's there.
Oh.
No bright light, no nothing. Nothing at all. And then day 2, I'm sitting in my living room and there's a big old flash of light from like the one corner of like the one side of the window that I see. I'm like, is it this fucker again? And I go out to look at the window and there's no bright light. There's nothing there. There's nothing outside, and it's like getting to evening. Happens a third time the next day, and I call the police on it and like, yo, there's like some creepy shit happening over here. A lot of lights. I'm thinking maybe it's some people scouting out my property or something to take something, to do like a break-in.
Yeah.
Cops patrol, nothing's around. And then I'm sitting at my window. I have a gun next to my chair just in case, and I hear like something's like walking outside. I'm like, what is that? Is it like an animal? I can't tell. And then I hear like animal grunting. Like something like that's like big and hefty, like grunting or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay, so it's an animal. So I go to one of the windows and I look out, and it turns the corner. I'm like, I'm gonna go out and investigate, because I had a rancher that was up the street, and he has free roaming cattle. Maybe one of his fucking cows came over here. It's happened before. Well, he has his cows free range on a cornfield, and one of them like crossed the street and came over and ate grass off my property once. I'm like, whatever. So I'm checking. I check around the corner. There's nothing there. Creepiest fucking thing in the world.
Yeah, that shit would. No, absolutely not.
So I stayed in my house for like a good couple days, and then I think another scary experience that happened around Halloween time was when I was around like 12 years old. I was out getting cereal at nighttime because I was hungry, but I didn't want to alert anybody by like warming anything up, so I was making cereal. And I had the lights at like a dim, like lowish, and I turn around and it's a moth, like fluttering, and I turn around again and it's a giant moth, like it's fucking huge. And I swear I wasn't hallucinating. There's this giant fucking moth right in front of me, and I'm swatting it with a boot, and it feels like I'm hitting something. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then I'm screaming, and my parents come out, and my parents only see me like hitting something with a boot, and then they turn the lights on and nothing's there. I swear it, like, it was scary as fuck.
Giant moth? What
Yeah.
color?
Orange and
Mothman.
orange
surely.
and orange and yellow.
What the frick?
I don't live in West Virginia. There ain't no Mothman here.
It was Mothman. Surely.
And then I guess Mothman wanted some Cocoa Pebbles because fuck. He dying for a bowl, I guess.
Wait, you said Mothman. You mean like Like the magicians?
No, Mothman as in the fabled legend, where it is a pitch black man covered in feathers, and it has giant moth wings, and he has red eyes.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like off of the magicians where it was like a man covered in literally moths like everywhere. Like
No,
I like that idea better. He's like
yeah,
just got like a million little moths on him.
like he had a million moths on like his torso up. Yeah, from his torso all the way up. Like it was that shit was wild.
I think the other what was it? I think the other creepiest thing was I was at my mom and dad's house while they were gone, and I was staying over there because the only reason I go over there now is they have a bathtub, and I love to take baths. And I don't have a bathtub of my own, so I treated myself, and I went over there. They were gone, and they were gone for like a week or so, and I wanted to take a bath, like spend the night over there, have time of my life, whatever. Night comes, and I'm sitting, I'm watching Netflix, watching, I think it was Inuyasha or whatever. And right when like 1 p.m. hits, everything just feels wrong. Like, you don't even get that feeling where it's like, this don't feel right. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, it's just
Yeah.
wrong. Like, terribly, terribly wrong. I had that
Yeah.
feeling for the whole rest of the night.
Ah, I hate that feeling.
It felt wrong. I had all lights on. I was fine. And I was just watching my show. It just felt wrong in that house. Also, like, I was getting anxious. I'm like, I'm getting hot and stuff. And it just wasn't a fun time.
No, I'm sorry, man.
Anyone else got any spooky experiences?
I so okay. Um, do I?
Do
No, I
you?
don't. I don't.
You do not.
I actually have the house I used to live in. Um, with my two kids. uh, it there were times where when my daughter was a baby, and this was before my son. So I would record my daughter playing, just being silly. And in one of the recordings, it's on one of my hard drives somewhere. The closet door opens and you can hear something else talking, a deeper voice. At first I thought it was like the wind,
Mm-hmm.
and I went and checked the closet. It was like, okay, there's got to be a crack in here. There's something going on. There was no, it was completely sealed. And one point when I was sick, at first I thought I was hallucinating,
Mm-hmm.
but because there was some hallucinating, but I was told that, and I remember feeling this, like the covers were being pulled off of me and I was being dragged from the bed.
Yep.
And I asked him, I was like, hey, can you do me a favor and like keep an eye on me? I don't feel so good. I need to go to the hospital. I went to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Turned out I had pneumonia and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But the video of the voice happened like 6 months after.
Yeah.
But I distinctly remember being terrified of falling asleep because the blankets would pull off me and I would pull them back on me and they keep being pulled off. And then I remember being dragged off the bed. There's nobody else in the house.
It was
I told I told the grandparents. I told her what was going on. And she's like, "This place is haunted." And I'm like, "Do they commonly drag you off your bed?" She said, "No." Give me 1 second. She goes and gets her Bible and she starts like, blah 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 blah. And I'm just like, okay, this might work. But at this point, I was hoping something.
Too
But
little, too late.
this was like years and years and years ago. So, but I do vividly remember being dragged off the bed by my ankles. I don't like it.
Well, I believe we have talked about and met everything that we can possibly can. I thank you all for coming to this spooky side event.